The first mountain TT in the Tour de France for quite a while since the infamous Planche de Belfi TT in 2020. We've got a hard one. Less flat beforehand. This is only a 23-minute TT. It's like 3Ks, 3.5Ks of rolling terrain, only 43 Ks an hour. But then they do the Périgord, which was used in the 2022 Tour de France when Brandon McNulty ripped apart the race. It's a 7K, 7.5% climb, but up to the Altiport, the last 300 meters are rude. 16% pinches, really difficult. And for the big boys, Johnny Milan and co, they extended the time limit. So the sprinters still were able to get through okay. They were worried about Pogacar putting them OTL. Luke Plapp, the best rider in this TT out of the non-GC contenders, he opts for the Propel, their aero road bike for Giant, and then a rear disc wheel. And he's 1 minute up on Lennart van Eetvelt at the second intermediate halfway up the climb. And he breaks or goes into the hot seat by nearly 3 minutes. Lenny Martinez was trying to take KOM points, but he wasn't able to, I don't think, by going as quick as he could just on the climbing section. Look at Adam Yates. Look at him climbing. Look at how stable his upper body is. Jorgenson and Healy reminiscing about the bad day for the both of them yesterday. Pogacar warming up, cool, trying to keep as cool as possible. What equipment would the big guns use? Vingegaard, what's that on his head? He's not going to wear that in a mountain TT, is he? Kevin Vauquelin looking absolutely terrified. Oscar Onley, we didn't get to see the start. Jorgenson, he goes, though, with the Aero road bike, the S5, as well as one of the older Giro Arrowhead TT helmets, rather than the big Death Star helmet. And he's 1 second faster than Plapp halfway up the climb. But that goes to show how quick the Plapp time was. But Plapp's able to hold on to the finish. Jorgenson 4.5 seconds behind him. Roglic, the first man we've seen, he's riding a time trial bike. I mean, Tom Dumoulin would have been ecstatic with this TT. A TT bike up a mountain. So he's on the shiv, and he was flying 30 seconds quicker than Jorgenson halfway up the climb. And Roglic, I don't think anybody did this TT out of the guys that did it on the TT bikes. In the aero extensions, longer than Primoz Roglic. He was flying today. He lost 4 minutes yesterday or so, but much better today. We'll get back to him. Kevin Vauquelin, he's with the sort of Jorgensen setup. So him, Jorgensen, Pogacar, they went with this setup. Vingegaard and the Bora boys are a bit different. Vauquelin 1:15 behind Roglic, though. Lipovic, same setup as Roglic. Very light gear to go off, actually. He doesn't spike his watts, which I think is smart. I don't know why people sprint off the line in a TT. Lipovic 8 seconds behind Roglic halfway up the climb, doing another good performance. Those two are looking good to roll the others for the podium. Remco, Evenepoel, same equipment, more or less, as the Bora guys, although I think he wore the Aero road helmet, and Roglic had the more vented one. Only we barely saw, but he was like the fourth fastest of the GC guys on the climb itself. He went for the sort of road bike complete setup with the Aero road helmet. But Vingegaard, he goes full gas with the TT setup. He's got the big helmet on, he's got the TT bike, and he's got the one by chainring, which we'll see a close-up of the second. And I guess it doesn't mean you'll go faster to the intermediate, but you can push way easier to the intermediate. Pogacar, though, he wasn't pushing easy. He, in the yellow jersey, he opted for the road bike, which was not surprising to anybody. I think he prefers to climb on the road bike versus the TT bike, like, significantly more. And at the intermediate, it didn't matter. He was still 5 seconds quicker than everybody else on the quote-unquote flat section. On the uphill, Remco and Vingegaard were mostly in the bull bars compared to Roglic, who, I mean, it kind of put some demons to rest today in that for his current level in this Tour de France, Roglic does an outstanding time trial, whereas the Planche de Belfi one wasn't so good in 2020. Evenepoel, though, he was having a bad day. He was 26 seconds down on Roglic at halfway up the climb, and Roglic smokes the Plapp time, nearly 27 Ks an hour, 24 minutes 20. Very, very good performance from Roglic, but unfortunately for him, halfway up the climb, Vingegaard was going even quicker, about 30 seconds or 26 seconds quicker than Roglic at that point. And Luke Plapp, who'd almost he had packed a suitcase to the hot seat, he was there for so long, had to depart. But Pogacar says, I'm going to go another 24 seconds quicker. I don't care what's... Well, he did say afterwards on the hot mic that the TT bike was faster, so maybe Pogacar could have gone even faster today. But Vingegaard, can he keep it up with the one by? Is he running out of gears? We're not even on the ramps yet. We're not on the Altiport, and he's second or third from the back on the one by. If you run out of gears, you're going to be grinding to 50 RPMs up that ramp, but I guess if you push 1,000,000 watts, it doesn't matter. Lipovic, I mean, it's crazy. Compared to the TTs of the past, what guys are doing now, just a mountain TT on a TT bike, and they're in extensions half the time. Lipovic's great time. Vingegaard, though, he's got Remco Evenepoel in his sight. Evenepoel started 2 minutes ahead of him, and he was creeping on that final Altiport ramp. Vingegaard used him as a carrot, sprinted over to him as that extra motivation, and goes past him to put 3 seconds into him and nearly 45 seconds into Primoz Roglic. Would that be enough? Based on Pogacar's intermediates, most likely not, but it's not like Pogacar was going to take the same time gap as yesterday, although he doesn't need to. I mean, he looks like he's on cruise control, maybe, a little bit of suffering on the final 300 meters, but otherwise Pogacar wins another Tour de France stage. Mark Cavendish is starting to get pretty nervous, beating Vingegaard by nearly 37 seconds. Did he prove that Aero is woke nonsense, or is he just pushing a lot more watts than everybody else? Beating Vingegaard by 36 seconds, Roglic on 120, then Lipovic, Plapp, Jorgenson, Onley, Adam Yates, Lenny Martinez, and Felix Gall rounding out the top 10. Here's what the leader of the race had to say after the stage.
This was the biggest decision to make, which bike today. It was, obviously we're racing on road bikes most of the year, like 99% of the time we're on road bikes. So in the end we did calculations, and if you cannot push as much as, if you cannot push on TT bike as much as on road bike, then it's there about the same time, and I decided to be more comfortable the way I was riding the last 12 stages with the same bike, and in the end it worked well for me. Already the first time gap today I decided to go without radio, because the tactic was all out from the beginning to the top, so I was just relying on the timetables, on the time checks, time points, and I saw the first one I was already 5 seconds in green or something, and this gave me motivation, and then the second one was a bit bigger, and then I knew that it's good pace, and that I'm on a good time trial.
In terms of GC, only one change in the top 10 order, although the gaps are even bigger now, with Pogacar 4 minutes ahead of Vingegaard, a likely insurmountable lead. Evenepoel on 3:17 rounds out third, so the podium already huge gaps, but the white jersey battle is just heating up between Evenepoel, Lipovic, Onley, and Vogtland. Those gaps are tight. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you with the recap tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.